Hello, and I would like to welcome you all to the Story of Artemis by me, Noah Carter, where I'll be presenting 3 works of art that describe the Greek goddess Artemis. So, my inspiration for this project comes from a game I commonly play called Smite, Battleground of the Gods. It has many different pantheons of gods such as Greek, Chinese, Mayan, Egyptian, Japanese, Roman, Hindu, Norse, Celtic, Slavic, Voodoo, Polynesian, Arthurian, and Yoruba gods. As well as the newest god, Cthulhu. So it's very diverse, and it's not limited to just gods, but also legends. And my favorite character in this game is the Greek goddess Artemis. So I thought, why not make this about her? So, the first piece of artwork I'm going to be studying is the Temple of Artemis, which is in Seljuk, Turkey. It was created during the 8th century BCE and is roughly 425 by 225 by 60 feet. And it's at the Ephesus Archaeological Museum. Although it is not moved, it is relatively near it. So this temple is very symmetrical in shape and has many repeating patterns indicated by the pillars and the steps, and is made of white marble and red shingles, presumably made out of brick. Although this is not the original full structure because it was originally burnt to the ground about 30 years after it was made. So about 20 years ago it was rebuilt in a, well, let me say restored to its past glory. And it was used as a shrine to the goddess of the hunt, Artemis, while lesser known as the Roman goddess Diana. People would come to this temple to pray before going on a hunt, sometimes in times of war, before a child is birthed, or during a a woman's lunar cycle. She's not just the goddess of the hunt, but also of the moon, of chastity, and childbirth. This temple is meant to appease Artemis and to prevent her from angering her and bringing a disease and famine to the city. Its stark white marble structure gives a pure representation of the goddess of the moon and chastity, giving a nice white and pure image. The next thing is Diana of Versailles, which is in Paris, Louvre, currently, since it was moved. It was from 330 BCE. It's made of marble and about a little over 2 meters tall, and is still at the museum in Paris, France. It is very asymmetrical and draws the viewer's eye in 2 directions, mainly because of the goddess looking to her right, and the little deer she is with looking to the left. This one is of Diana, because it was made by the Romans and not the Greeks. But it is still technically the same goddess, since the Romans took a lot of the Greek religion and tweaked it a little bit, like how some people take homework and tweak it a little bit so it's their own. The statue was supposed to represent her guarding the forest from people that were seeking to do harm to her domain, or to overhunt and put her ecosystem at risk. And the last piece of art I wanted to do was more of the story behind who Artemis was, being that of a relief showing Zeus and Leto and their offspring Apollo and Artemis. This is in the Archaeological Museum in Buran, and it's about 420 to 410 in BCE created, and it is made out of marble as well. The the lines in the image are very flowy, yet draws the attention using how the statues are postured, letting it look like it's reading from left to right, like it's a story. I believe this is because it is a story of the depicted figures Zeus, the king of Olympus, Leto, a lesser goddess, daughter of Croesus, and Phoebe, as well as their two offspring twins, Artemis and Apollo. The story of their birth starts off with Zeus having an affair with Leto, which is very common in Greek myths, where Zeus has an affair with another goddess or a normal human being, or sometimes other animals in the case of the Minotaur. So during this affair, he gets Leto pregnant, in which she gives birth to two divine offspring. The first one being Artemis, who was miraculously born really easily and painlessly, and is born fully grown up and then acts as a midwife for her twin brother's birth, Apollo. Apollo's birth was very much more painful and lasted 9 whole days in the island city of Delos. Once he was born, the villagers rejoiced as they planted a palm tree where he was born, which made Delos very personal to Apollo, which Apollo's the god of the sun, as well as he's believed to be linked to oracles, and a prominent city of the island Delos was, I believe, the Delphine, or I don't know if I'm saying that wrong, the Delphine, which is one of the major oracle hubs of the Greek world during that time. So I believe it was to demonstrate who these two gods are and why are they important. Artemis, although she was not the main deity of this island, she takes up her domain in all forests throughout Greece. She protects them from overeager hunters. She blesses hunters on who are loyal enough to only take what they need. But she is one of what is considered the 3 virgin goddesses: Athena, Hestia, and herself. They have all 3 sworn to always stay pure and to never lay with a man. And any man that has been caught spying on Artemis has met a tragic, or wanting to marry Artemis has met a very tragic fate. One was a man spied on her while she was taking a bath in a small stream. He was then turned into a stag, and Artemis's hunting dogs hunted him and killed him. Another was 2 lesser gods of the river, who were blessed to, of immortality, except if they were killed by their brother. They decided to kidnap Artemis and make her marry one of them. Although she did trick them, turning into a deer and dashing through them. While trying to strike the deer, the brothers struck each other, killing each other at the same time. This has been the story of Artemis, and who she is, what she represents, and why I chose her. But I would also like to make this a little more unique. So I chose to draw Artemis. I took inspiration from the game I played. Although the line art is not mine, I did find line art with no color, and I drew it in all by myself. I wish I had more time on this. I know it is the final project, and I have a lot of time, and this is the final day to do it. But it would take me a couple weeks to be able to perfect it, because I worked on this probably 8 hours, with a lot of sweat, tears, and worrying that I can't find my brushes. Thank you for listening to my presentation, but last but not least, I would like to show my sources. One being from the Museum Classics for Diana of Versailles, and then 2 from ancient.eu for the relief structure for the family of Artemis and Apollo, Leto and Zeus, as well as the temple of Artemis at Ephesus. And last but not least is a journal that I used to find information on who Artemis is, as well as Diana Versailles. Although I know it is a requirement to have books listed, since of quarantine, I was not able to actually go to a library to get books, and I did not have any mythology books on hand, nor was I able to find any I could get off Amazon in time for this project. So sadly, I do not have those listed. But thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and I hope you have a wonderful day.